Well, life's so alright, controlling this crazy space.
Welcome back to Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, where we as Gen X people look around at the world around us and go, what the? Anyway, so before we get started today, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Like and subscribe this thing. When we're done, share it around. I'm trying to get a little bit of attention out there. Get a few subscribers going, and see if I can get some information, some conversation happening down in the comment section, and that's all up to you. So today's subject is cancel culture. Now, as a Gen X person, we didn't really have what you would call cancel culture. We didn't. It was if you didn't like something, you didn't watch it. You didn't listen to it. If you didn't like a particular actor or musician, whatever. A person's life didn't end because they had particular ideas. So for us, it's this whole concept of online shaming and public accountability. It just feels so extreme, and today we're going to explore the fine line between holding people accountable for their actions and fostering a culture of fear and overcorrection, because to us as Gen Xers, that's what it really feels like. We feel like you're just going crazy with this because somebody said something 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40, some people 40 years ago, and you're holding them accountable for something that they said in a totally different time frame compared to what's out there today. What is cancel culture? It is something where it's become with the rise of social media, with your Facebook, your Twitter, your TikTok, your this, your that, all of these different things, and outrage. It's a product of outrage. Where the first they figured out that in order to get you to click on things, you have to. If they make you mad, it's the easiest way to do it. And so I got the cursor, and so so that's been going. And so things like remember the Me Too movement. Now, the Me Too movement actually generated some actually kind of cool things. Okay, the whole idea of using the fairer sex for their bodies in order to for them to be able to get something that they rightfully deserve anyway. Okay, the casting couch was really one of the big things, and all of these people just doing really stupid things. What was the Louis C.K. stuff? Oh my gosh, that was weird. Okay, but it got so bad that there were people who they'd have a bad dates and they claimed they were Me Too'd. And that was kind of the start of it. Harvey Weinstein was a creep. Okay. And he should have been, he was held accountable when they finally came out. But seems like the people around him who were helping him weren't, but he was kind of the fall guy. Then you had people, like, we would not have gotten the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 if they hadn't just for some reason they went after the director who did a great job, and he really wasn't guilty of that, as far as I can tell. So this, we were raised as Gen Xers in a live and let live, mindset, and we had skepticism towards authority. The whole notion of just canceling somebody over old comments or mistakes is asinine, is dumb, is stupid. And when we had an issue pre-internet, if an actor did something really bad, we just didn't watch their movies anymore. Okay, they weren't called out like that. I mean, some were, especially if it was something bad enough. Now there are, like I said, Me Too has some good positive things that happened. Got rid of some of the Harvey Weinsteins out there, but it went way overboard. And I actually heard some Gen Z people, I think it was a joke, I swear it was, because they claimed that they were going to cancel Eminem. What? I mean, my son's Gen Z, and he doesn't care about this kind of this aspect of it. But there were some that were saying, "We're going to cancel Eminem." It's like, why? Because you don't like what he said in a song, because it doesn't follow your social norms that you're trying to foist upon everybody else. So what this has produced, though, is a fear. We're scared of speaking out now, and if I have an attitude, I mean, the reason I'm doing this as an avatar, and you don't see my actual house, is because there's that fear of, if I say the wrong thing, I could get taken down as a channel. Granted, my channel's so tiny now, it doesn't matter. Nobody's very few people are going to see it. But later on, if it grows, and people start paying a little bit of attention to it, yeah, there's going to be some. I'm bound to say something that's going to make somebody mad. I'm Gen X, and I say a lot of things. Okay, I talk nonstop some days. So, but as a Christian, we believe in certain things, and this is something I want to bring in. I don't talk about my faith on this channel much, but we believe in forgiveness and redemption, and to allow people to grow and change. I definitely don't say things like I said when in the 1980s and 90s. I don't think the same way. I don't act the same way. There are some things I still do that I know. As I said before, my Gen Z son, he's not happy with everything that comes out of my mouth. But I've grown. I've changed a lot. It's one of the funny things about it is that I recently lost my dad, and he was in hospice. And he had a nurse. His hospice nurse was a Muslim woman. My dad he's a silent generation guy, and I mean, you want to talk about somebody with a few racist streaks. Holy cow. The fact that he really accepted and loved his nurse as a Muslim woman was huge growth for him, and we as a family are actually really proud of that, because this was not what we expected when we heard it was going to be. We were like, "Oh, this is going to be ugly," but it wasn't. He accepted her, he liked her, and he loved her, and she loved him. It was really a great thing. It was, so as a Christian, we really do believe in that concept of balancing accountability and grace. And cancel culture affects Gen Xers in the workplace, social circles, and even online, because we are fairly I don't care attitude on a lot of things, and so sometimes things come out of our mouth that, I mean, no, we're not dropping the N word. I mean, some are, but I mean, as a general rule, we're not doing that. We're not saying sexist remarks, but we're not hip onto all the social norms that everybody's trying to give us, and we're not gonna be. As a matter of fact, a lot of us will simply not do it just out of stubbornness, and just I don't care. I really don't care about how you feel about the words that are coming out of my mouth and how they offend you. I mean, there's some things that offend people all over the world, and you can't help it. And what? We just have to live our lives, and that's much of what we do is like that. It's gotten me in trouble here and there, not dramatically so, but a little bit here and there. So, what do you think? Do you think cancel culture has gone too far? Do you think it's maybe a necessary corrective in society? Tell me down below what you think about cancel culture, because like I said, there's been aspects of it over the years that brought some stuff to the surface, that really, opened up people's eyes to things that were happening, say, in Hollywood. And by the way, Hollywood still isn't being very held accountable very well, are they? I mean, they're not. They are they have all of they still do a lot of these things. The casting couch still exists, you know. It just we took down a few here and a couple there that were like really horrible people, but to say that that Hollywood is now a good place, no, Kevin Spacey, there's still people like Kevin Spacey there. Okay, and there's still people doing that kind of thing. Do you remember Corey Feldman? And I mean, he's doing that music thing now, and well, if you like it, you like it. Good for you. I don't know. But he's on stage, he's touring, so I guess But he actually lost his career as an actor because he came out talking about how children were treated in Hollywood, the parties, and and the different acts that were performed upon them, and how they were kind of handed around to a certain extent, and it's really scary and gross. And I mean, there weren't a lot of names dropped, so but I think there's more has to happen on that end. But does the rest of us? I mean, if we're just saying things, okay, does that mean we get canceled? Okay, I mean, how do you cancel a guy that works in a warehouse? How do you cancel the guy that's middle management? You want to take a person who's middle management just because he says something you don't like and he loses his job? Are you going to swat people because of these kind of things? And so this is sure to spark some conversation, and it definitely resonates deeply with today's culture climate. And so from a Gen X standpoint, I can see both sides of it. I mean, I'm glad that some people have been taken out. On the other hand, they're coming at people who haven't done anything that actually hurts people. So why are you going after them? I don't understand it. If you can explain to me why you would go after somebody who just uses words that you don't like and cancel them, how do you justify that? Let me know, because I'm really curious about that at this point in time. But anyway, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below your opinion on the matter. I'm assuming most of the people who are going to watch this are Gen X, maybe young boomers. But let me know what you think about it down below. And hey, have a great one. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, I'm out.